Are you ready to thrive in a world where we'll all work for ourselves? You've heard me say this before, right? But it is really no longer about who you know, but all about who knows you. You see, personal branding is essential going forward. In 10 years' time, we'll probably all be working for ourselves. We're going to have to position ourselves as professionals, show our talents. The problem with personal branding is that it's still often seen as something very negative. It's seen as narcissistic or ego tripping or whatever. And there's a reason for it, because that's basically how our society worked until now. You know, we were taught that it was a bad thing, mainly because our companies wanted to keep us behind the brand. There would be a risk or a liability by having someone who's too visible. Other older civilizations have been discouraging personal branding in order to consolidate the power among the elite minority. That was a simple fix. But you know what? Now we're all connected and everything's changing. I pulled this profile up from LinkedIn. I made it anonymous, obviously, but this person is in talent acquisition. He calls himself a talent acquisition specialist, in fact, in his headline, but there's no picture on his profile. And his, when you go into his profile, there's absolutely nothing there. But how can you be a talent acquisition specialist if you hardly have a presence on LinkedIn? Isn't LinkedIn the place where talent is showcased digitally? And in fact, it's not going to be easy, I guess, for him to stand out, because he's going to be competing with about 5,000 talent acquisition specialists on LinkedIn. This was a simple search. That's the number that came back. In my line of work, business development, it gets even crazier, because there's about just over 12.5 million business development professionals. So how do you stand out? Well, it's all going to be about your individual talent. So you better make sure that you can be found. It's extremely important. And to do that, you're going to have to master simple digital media to become more remarkable. And what are we doing now? Well, we're making a video. If you could see me sitting here, I'm sitting in front of my laptop. The camera that I'm using is the one on my laptop. I've got some extra light around me so you can see me well on the little image here below. But that's all you really need. You just need a laptop with a camera and a Wi-Fi connection, and off you go. You see, there's a bunch of videos of me here. Am I showing this to show off? No, I'm just showing how easy this is. But how can the video is the best way to become visible. It's a very good way to transmit your knowledge, what you know, and essentially make people get a connection with you. And that's why I'm showing you these. I kind of know what I'm talking about, and I urge you to learn the same. And there's a lot of excuses that come up, and people say like, oh, but what if I'm not an expert? Well, the thing is, you don't really have to be. I'm not that much of an expert either, really. But what you can do is you can start talking about valuable insights from others that are relevant to your profession. So it's all about getting attention to your profile by sharing extremely valuable knowledge. That's pretty easy to do, isn't it? All right, but I don't have an interesting subject. Well, if you have a business, it means that you also have customers. Just talk about their typical problems and or their frequent asked questions, because other customers are going to love to hear about that stuff. You see how this is going? Yeah, but I'm shy. I hear this one all the time. But isn't a career all about learning and growth? Just like everything else, expressing yourself in writing or on a camera takes practice. So this is a terrible excuse, not a good excuse. Take it away. And then finally, a lot of people say, but I don't have the technical skills like you do, Baldwin. Well, the thing is, do you take selfies? Well, if you do, then you have enough skills to do this, because essentially technology has become so easy to use that anybody could make a video like this in less than an hour. Believe me, it takes me about 20 minutes to film this and edit it and put it online. That's all it is. But, then again, if you feel that you're challenged on technical skills, that is why we have the business Voodoo program, right? Because I set that up precisely to teach you these skills on how to stand out. I'll be talking more about this. Thank you very much.